Hello, everyone. This is our third part of discussions on Banking 101, and we're going to talk about what happened to Silicon Valley Bank. So, before we talked about how bank runs happens, and, valid question would be, we gave the example that people run to the bank, someone wanted too much withdrawals, and it led to a run, and the rest is history. So is it safe to assume that all bank runs are just freak accidents? No, not at all. What do you mean by that? Actually, bank runs are almost always a result of a crisis of confidence. Well, what I mean by that is something spooks the depositors, and that's why they run to the bank to get their money back. Like what? Well, glad you asked. So let's go back to our original example where everyone was happy because they gave their money to Janice. Janice had the bank. It was a safe place. It was also paying them. And to make up for it, so she lent it to Jill, making $45 from the loan, only paying $30 to the depositors. She was getting paid $15. Life was great. All right. Now let's imagine that rates drop so low that the banks has to offer 0% to depositors. It's hard to believe, isn't it? I don't think so. I mean, were you sleepwalking the last few years? Okay, fine. So you got me there. But if rates are so low, that means the bank can't even charge for, loans that high. Correct. And that's exactly why in the last few years, except maybe last year, people end up with such low rates for their mortgages. And, home ownership seems to be a fantastic proposition. So here we are in a world where rates are so low. Janice only offers 0%. So her cost basically to depositors went to nothing. However, what she can earn from the loan is not much either. So in this particular case, she's making $7.50 from the loan. She doesn't pay anything. So she's making $7.50 for herself. And that might not be very good because she remembers when she was making twice as much. And I can tell you that that's going to make her very unhappy. So what's the solution then? Well, let's say that Janice can offer, instead of a 1-year loan, a 2-year loan that carries a higher percentage. But every year, Jill has to pay back $750. Why would Jill go for that? I mean, it's higher rates. Yeah, it's higher rates because I'm tying up my money for 2 years. The advantage is that you don't have to come up with $1,500 at the end of 1 year. You only have to come up with half of it the first year and the next half of it another year. So it's a lot easier to handle paying back that loan. Okay, so let's say this happens. So what? Well, it's a 1%. It's double the rate what the 1 year was. That means now Janice had guaranteed herself $15 for 2 years. She pays nothing for the deposits. She's back to $15 profits. I would imagine this is going to make her very happy because now she's exactly where she was before the rates dropped. Well, this looks like, we solved the problem. Well, not so fast. What do you mean by that? Well, let's say that the year after this happened, the rates start going up and up and up and up. Why? Inflation, my friend, inflation. Oh yeah, I know what you feel. If any one of you have bought eggs in last year, you know exactly what that means. So Janice now has to offer 2% on the deposits because the rates went up, so she needs to keep up with them. The rates on loans also went up. Now it's 5% for the 1 year and 7% for the 2 year. The bad news is this. Janice has to offer 2% for the deposits. All right, that's about $60 of cost for having, $3,000 in the bank. But she already locked herself into a 2-year proposition. So what does she earn? $15. What does she pay? $60. She's down $45. She's losing money for every dollar that is in the bank. Now that's going to be really hurtful, right? All right, but wait a minute. She did get back $750 of that last year, right? Because it was a 2-year loan. We're, past 1 year, we're in the new year. Okay, fine. So let's say she got the 750 back and she can lend it to Jack for 5%. So not only she has that old loan in place, but now she gives a new loan to Jack for much higher rate. So $15 comes from Jill, 37 and a half comes from Jack. You add all of this up, still not enough for $60 of cost she has to pay. She's still down, not as much as $45, but she's still losing money. All right, so it helps, but she's still bleeding. Yep, and that's not all. Well, wait a minute. But she can sell the 2-year loan, can't she? She can get rid of it and replace it with something that earns more. True, but there is a catch. What's a catch? Well, look, if I can earn 5% of my money, why should I pay $750 for a loan that it's earning 1/5 of it? Well, you got me there. So, but wait a minute, out of curiosity, if she were to sold this loan, what would be that she can get for it? Well, let's do a back envelope calculation. The 750 can earn 37 and a half, but it's earning 15 because she's already locked into a low rate. So whatever that difference is, I got to deduct that from the 750. So approximately, and this is not exactly 100% accurate, but approximately, she's going to get back 727 and a half, 728 almost, for $750 loan that she extended before. That's going to hurt, right? That's an ouch. It is an ouch. But now you got to think of it this way. This is a loss of capital. So she's showing loss on income, and now she's going to show a loss on capital. And that's going to cause the run. All runs starts this way. Rates change. The bank has already put in place the wrong type of loans to solve the old low rates problems. Now the rates go up. The environment changes. The bank has wrong type of loans. The income doesn't match. If they want to get rid of it, they lose value from the loans. And this whole sequence causes people to think, look, they're in deep trouble. They're hemorrhaging cash and they're losing money on their capital. And I don't know if they're going to have money to pay me back. So I'm going to run to the bank and get my money back before it all ends up in a disaster.